if you're suffering some financial strife right now, we invite you to go to talkwithbecky.com, get on a call with us, see how we can help. All right, so you start. What's the topic of discussion about? Well, where are we going with this today?
Well, I think that what happens with us is we see a lot of people who are in small business or medium-sized businesses, and they're always complaining about one thing or another. Generally, it's the finances a lot of the times, and then other times it could be just that they're being overworked, they're just not happy with what they do. So I think there's something that needs to be done about that. You can't expect change if you don't initiate change. So only you are the master of your own universe. So
yes,
you have to make the change. You
yes.
have to.
I think the biggest thing is definitely finances. You know, everybody is like struggling to pay bills, or we feel the noose come around our neck when cash flow is not happening, right? And so what do we do? What do people do? Well, some people throw their hands up and just complain about it, like all the time, right? They're just like miserable and they're unhappy and like nothing is going right. And my attitude is, okay, you need to simmer down. You need to take a step back, because we all have the means of producing what needs to be produced to live the life we need to live, right? But I think the biggest part of the problem is the overwhelm and the fogginess, right? Because you can't see, what is that? You can't see the forest through the trees, or I don't know, something like that. But like we can't, I don't know what that is. But you just literally, you can't see what's in front of you. And when you cannot see what's in front of you, it is very, very discouraging. We just had a phone conversation with a client yesterday, and what happened was this, like, we're talking and we're going through things about growth, okay? Because she's in a point where she's hitting the glass ceiling and it's time to push through it. We gotta bust open so that the financial constraints are gone, and we're right there. But she pulls back and she's like, oh, I don't know, and where am I going? And I'm like, whoa. And we mapped it out.
Yeah, she gets nervous, and this particular client gets nervous because not only are they worrying about their finances, but it's all the other things that are helping cloud
the vision,
and then also how to handle the finances in a way. So in other words, you have to just focus in on the money, and of course you got to put structure in place on the other side. Again, it's all about frameworks and systems, and each component of the business needs to be set up. But
I don't think you mean focus on the money as far as just focused on like earning the money. You're focused on what needs to be done so the thing here is, like, most of the time people are so overwhelmed, all they see is they don't have enough, but they don't see what's actually happening and going wrong. And the quitters quit, and I don't have patience for that. I mean, I'm not a tough love trainer, but I sort of am, I guess, where here's the thing. If we know we're going to be short X amount of dollars, or we need an extra X amount of dollars in whatever business you're in, we make it. We figure it out, right? We set a course of action of where that can come from and how we can build. We don't turn our back and walk away. And the ones that do that, that's when I'm tough love and I don't have tolerance for it, because everybody has the same 24 hours in a day, and it's how we use those hours. And for the people that wake up and say, I'm going to go into business for myself, it's going to be cush, it's going to be great, I'm going to just, I don't know, work a little bit, only 4-hour work week. Listen to me.
You're always working.
It's no such thing as you can automate and you can systematize the things that have to be automated and systematized, and you can delegate. Most certainly, you can set your life up for complete organization, but there is no substitute for hard work in a business. And even if it doesn't matter what piece of it you're doing, you're busting is what you're doing every day.
And if you set up all that structure, you still always have it on your brain. You always need to be, at that point, strategizing the growth of the company.
Correct.
It could be growth, it could be succession planning, it could be helping manage your team, it could be help building a dynasty or a larger business, capitalizing. So, it's always on the owner's brain as to what to do. The idea here is that, you need to do it.
Right, and you have to do we always try to put this into perspective. What makes you the most happy in your business? Because a lot of times you're doing what you do best, that's not necessarily what makes you happiest or what drives the company where it needs to go. So we look at happy versus unhappy. So we can be unhappy because we're stuck in financial strife and we just like doom and gloom every day. Or we can wake up happy, say, listen, I'm grateful for what I have, but I want more. And there is nothing wrong with wanting more.
Of course not.
I think that people, sometimes they're like, oh, well, I feel selfish or greedy. But that's not the case, because when you have more, you give more. So there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to wake up happy. You need to get on board with doing what you do. We went into business for a reason, okay? So what is the reason? Who do you serve? And how are you best serving your business to drive it forward, to hit the goals, to hit the targets, and to make the change necessary in your life that's going to kind of calm the stress, calm the financial strife, right?
Yeah, stay away from the negativity and just be happy. I mean, that's what's going to penetrate the business. That's what's going to keep the team motivated.
Right.
You have to be positive.
Absolutely.
You have to stay focused. You have to stay organized, and things will just happen. Stay focused on the goals and manage cash flow correctly, and it'll just work out. Just keep at it.
It does work out, but it's not something that you just sit there and make a decision and it's going to come to you. It doesn't happen that way. It does take hard work, no matter where you are in your business, whether you're a startup or whether you've been in business 25 plus years. Hard work and dedication is never eliminated from a successful business. It's just not. It's just where you fit in and what your piece is in order to generate the financial freedom that you're seeking to generate. But you just can't sit back and complain about it, that it's the economy or it's your employees or it's your team, because it all starts with number one. It all starts with you. So get yourself on straight and figure your whatever out.
There's a solution to every problem.
Absolutely. And that's a great point. It's like when you hit the brick wall, when you say there's not enough money or I'm not getting enough out of this, you know that there's an issue. But that doesn't mean you give up on the issue. You just figure it out. You figure out what has to be done to get where you're going and where you want to be. And the one key way to do that is surround yourself with good people, between your team, between your financial consultants, between your legal team, like whomever that is that you need, even a mentor that's going to level you up, who already has achieved success in whatever frame you're trying to achieve it, okay? So like you're always looking up and you're always trying to level up, but nothing in your life or in your business is going to change unless you implement change, just like Eric said.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes time too. So in other words, by knowing your numbers, being strategic in your thinking and planning ahead versus reactive, proactive we want to stick to. And this way, if it's a capitalization issue and we're going for funding and we don't have the debt to income to qualify, well, the idea is to build yourself to that. So sometimes you need to know ahead of time so you can plan and meet that particular goal.
I know, but I don't have patience either. I'm not.
No, it's true. Most people don't. But if you're planning ahead of time and that's what your particular
I
target
agree.
is,
But
and you meet it. If you all of a sudden I need to capitalize and you have a month to do it and you need funding and you need to go buy some kind of equipment, sometimes it's just not going to happen that way.
But every day, I tell myself, patience, Becky, because I'm a doer. I want to implement, see it, let's go, right? Like, I don't want to see that instant gratification. And I have to take a step back. And those of you who know me or are on my team or work with me, you know I am a perfectionist. So I'm going deep. Whatever I do, I'm going all in. I'm going 110%. Energy level high, positivity high, perseverance. But then, like, I want to take a step back. I want to see it. I want to see that, like, gratification come back at me. And it doesn't always happen right away. As a matter of fact, it very rarely happens right away. Good things come to those who wait, I guess. Listen, if you hit a brick wall, if you're there and you're feeling that financial strife and you don't really know where to start, go to talkwithbecky.com. We're happy to get on the other end of the phone with you. And even if it's just to give you some thoughts and ideas on redirection, we're happy to help.
Yeah, absolutely.